Hi everyone, so welcome to Absolute Beginners Yoga class. So I'm assuming you are a beginner or you just started practicing yoga, so this one is for you. It's going to be basic postures, so I'll go through the postures in detail with you. The main thing I want you to concentrate is to do your 70%. So you don't actually rush into the poses. You can watch, stop, just make it your own and make sure that you are comfortable in poses. No straining, you feel comfortable at home, no pain whatsoever. Okay, so let's start sitting down. Sit comfortably. Put your fingertips on your mat. So imagine like there is a piece of tangerines, right, in your palms. So while touching your mat, I want you to lengthen through your spine. So make sure that you feel the sitting bones. Okay, so you could give it a little shake. Drop your head so you look towards your heart. Breathe in. Slowly breathe out deeply. Okay, so the right ear, you just drop it towards the right shoulder and relax here. Breathe through your nose. So hold on to your head with your right hand. Okay, so gently. So slight support. Look down. Look up. So make sure your eye muscles are working. So we change now. Right fingertips on the ground. Drop the head towards the left. And keep breathing. A little bit more over support. So hold on to your head with your left hand. Look down with both eyes. Look up. Amazing. And come to the center. So we now look up, drop the head back. If your neck feels a little tense, you just look straight towards the camera, right? If it's available, you put the shoulders down a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, drop the head all the way back. Amazing. And come to the center. So we're on tabletop. Slowly come onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers out. Start cat and cow. So what is cat and cow? Cow is an extension of the spine. So make sure your tailbone, your sitting bones up. Look towards the ceiling. So you should feel a little stretch at the front of your body. When we exhale now, come into cat, which we round our back. So two ends of our spine trying to come closer. Good, so let's do two more of these. Inhale. And exhale. So I'm assuming you are new to yoga and you don't know any of the names or the poses. It really doesn't matter because I'll show you and explain to you and go through with you. So come onto tabletop. From tabletop we go downward facing dog. It gives a really beautiful stretch. So tuck your toes under and lift the knees off the ground. Push the hips back. Soften the knees. Relax your head. Look towards your navel. So that will give a little bit more stretch on your neck. Come onto tabletop again. So we'll do two more of these. This is your tabletop. Neutral. Your spine is neutral, on neutral. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. I lift my heels. Push the ground. My arms are ultra strong. Come back to tabletop again. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend on the knees. I don't want you to straighten the legs. So your spine, yeah, feels all that stretching in your back muscles. Your arms are ultra strong. Come on to tabletop. So I'll show you if that felt a little, I don't know, out of your V shape, because downward facing dog is a V shape. You could have your hand further down, okay, and knees slightly back. So let's lift the knees again off the ground and come into downward facing dog. There are so many variations of this pose. The aim is to send the hips all the way back. Imagine you have these, you know, Pilates balls. You squeeze that with your arms. Your fingers spread out. You push your mat forward. So, with that strength of your arms, you send the tailbone right back up. Relax your head. You should be breathing. So, listen to the sound of your breath. I'm still softening my knees, so that gives them more room on my lower belly and lower spine, lumbar spine. Okay, so bring the knees down. So you see, I'm not on my tabletop, it's a bit wider, and it's okay. So find your comfortable position on downward facing dog. As long as you have enough room, your hands should be nearer to the edges, so that is more room for your shoulders. Lift up again, that's last one. And let's do a moonwalk. So one heel up, the other heel, you try to push it down to the ground. So it might not go down, just do what you can. Don't forget that 70%. So lift the left heel, push the right heel down. Stay. Yeah, so breath in and out slowly. So lift the right heel. I want you to walk forward. So slow steps. 1, 2, come on your fingertips. 3. So you are actually come all the way forward. Inhale, look up. Look towards me actually. Your hands, I want you to place it underneath your kneecaps. Okay, so push your shoulders back. This is called halfway forward. So try to push your hips back. Bend the knees. Hug yourself. Literally hug yourself. And let the head drop. You might be just, you know, maybe away from your legs. Far away. Doesn't really matter. So let the head drop. So shake it right to left, like say no, and come back to halfway again. Look forward towards me. Bend on the knees. Hug yourself. Hug. Give a little bit of love. Yay, I made it onto my mat. I'm moving. You miss a class maybe, and then you just switch on one of those practices and you with yourself. Inhale. Last one, halfway. So you push your hips back and exhale, fold forward. So I want at least the feet hip distance apart, okay? So the heels, how do you measure that? So lift up slightly, have your hands on your hip bones, right? So go all the way down with your hands, fingertips, yeah, and that's it. So it's normally, I measure it with my fist. So place it on the ground and then you'll know. But this is not a rule, right? So you have to do what is comfortable. So look forward again and lift up. We lift all the way up. So reach up, extend your arms, drop your head back, exhale, bring your hands in prayer. Inhale, look up. Your hands, so you make a circle, drop the head, bring your hands in prayer, push the hips back, so you're halfway forward, soften the knees, fold forward. Okay, so halfway again. So this time put your hands on your femur bone above your kneecaps, right? Your palms, push these bones back so the hips go slightly more. Bend on the right knee. Good. Reach forward with your right hand. Palm facing up. It's like you're giving okay to somebody. Remember that I normally reach to my back foot be like that too. So that gives a little bit more external rotation on the shoulder. Stay here so you feel good stretch on the back leg. So let's change. Soften the left knee, push the hips back, reach forward. Palm facing towards the right, your thumb towards the ceiling. Breathe. Good. And fold. Fold onto your legs. Look forward again. And bending on the knees. Plunge your hands, walk back. 1 foot back. So before we send the front foot back, I want you to charge on your legs. Yeah. So end of the spine, the tailbone, I want it forward slightly. So the belly, pelvic floor is active. You activate your glutes and then activate your arms, lift the foot and send it slowly back. So you should be in line and looking forward, so in front of your mat instead of looking back. Inhale, exhale, soften the knees, lie down on your belly, don't rush, calm down. Good. Push with your feet down, so lift the kneecaps. So we'll come to back bend. It's again one of these postures that we do so many times when we do salutations. So push the ground as if you're pushing your mat forward, engaging your pelvic floor and lifting up. Look at my elbows, they are facing back and down. Your shoulders down all the way. I look forward. Okay, coming to your tabletop. We'll go all the way to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, don't rush. Lift the knees, downward facing dog. Relax your head. What I like to do on downward facing dog, people who practice with me know that sometimes when your heartbeat, fastens, then when you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, it really goes back to normal. You feel all that tension leaving out. So let's try one. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale slowly. Very good. So we'll walk forward again. Don't rush. So make it maybe 5-6 steps. You can come on your fingertips, so that will give you a little bit more room forward. So have that distance between your feet. Look forward, hands on your shin bone, halfway, fold onto your legs, relax your head. So shake the head right and left. Amazing. Lift up. Bring your hands in prayer. Okay, keep your hands in prayer. Send your hips back as if there's some chair there. So you sit on that chair and lift up again. So while I'm doing this, I have to send the hips back, keep my toes forward and able to see my toes. Yeah, and lift up again. Where is the tailbone when I do this? It's actually towards the ground. It's not back, it's not forward, it's in between. I use the power of my legs, my glutes, my core, and I lower down and lift up again. So that was 3. So let's do 3 more times, and on the last one we'll hold longer. Inhale, exhale, Utkatasana. This is called Utkatasana, the chair pose. Utkasana. Okay, lift up, 2 more. Last one. No, 2 more. So on the last one we hold. Inhale up, exhale down, and we hold, right? Hold 2. So we'll hold for 10. Spread your toes. Look at your big toe and push it, the end of it, to the ground. Lift up. Tadasana, mountain pose. That's where we stay all relaxed and a little pause to catch our breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Your hands on your hips. I want you to open up so your toes face forward. If you feel a lot of tension behind your legs, you can separate and face them out, right? So hand on your hips, sand the hips back all the way and come back again. So we'll do forward fold with legs wide open. It's a very basic pose. We'll do some poses from this angle, this basic standing postures, and come back again. So sand it back, 90-degree angle, so your back is all straight. Try to have a lot of space between the shoulders and ears. You can widen your stand a little bit more, but not so much. We don't want it as wide as the mat. So you have strong legs. This time imagine a ball in between your legs. So you squeeze that ball, activating the inner thighs, pushing the hips back, your hands on your hips, sand the right hand towards me. Thumb facing up. Okay, let's change. Okay, so I want you to stay here. You can soften the knees and fold. This is called wide legged forward fold, Parasrita Padandhanasana. So your head is relaxed. It doesn't matter how far you go down. You can soften the knees as I saw demonstrate, and just do as much as you can, as comfortable as you can. Okay, so lift up again. So we turn the right foot out. Okay, so lift the arms aside. You go into Trikonasana, means the triangle pose. So you reach forward and back. So we do that 2 more times. I check my feet, so the heels, okay, so actually in the same line. I spread my arms, reach towards the right, so you can feel that stretch on the inner thigh. I don't go all the way down, I reach and come back. Okay, so last one, reach and come back. Okay, so we reach and we try to go lower down. So my right hand can be on my, femur bone or hip, or on the shin bone. My left hand, let's place it on our hips. Imagine a wall behind you. So your left shoulder, spiral it back and down. Look towards the ceiling. Look towards the camera. Look towards your foot. So you see all these directions that are neck. So you have mobility to go to. So pick one that is really feeling you good, makes you feel good. Couldn't get my word out. Okay, so shoulders, honestly, I keep saying that, but it's so important. It gives you length through your neck, so suction all that pelvic floor. Reach towards the right foot and come back. Lower down. Let's do the other side, left foot out. We are on triangle pose. Reach towards the left and come back. Second one, reach. The other hand, it could be on your hip and back. Last one and back. So now we go into the posture. Reach and place your hand where you feel safe. Lean towards that wall. Send the right shoulder back, all the way up, back and down. I want too much, but it will make you feel good. Even my left shoulder, the shoulder, lower shoulder, so I actually lower that too. I give all that space and feel that stretch on my side body, and I try to reach towards my shorter side of the mat. So where is your focusing? You focus where it feels really good. So ceiling, the ground, or towards me. Inhale, come up. Exhale, toes facing towards me again. So we'll go into pyramid. I really like this pose. It's good for your legs. So turn the right foot again out. This time left foot in, right? So you turn all the way into the front of your mat. Hold on your hips, the tailbone, you send it back. So arch, sand towards the ceiling. So you should have like a little space around your lumbar region, which is your lower back. So your hands on your hips. Ideally you just stay here. You're probably feeling it now. If you haven't practiced yoga before, or you're new to this, or you do a lot of sports, you'll feel it on the back of your legs. You can stay, or you interlock the hands. I like this supporting myself on the femur bone because it's the biggest bone in our body. So you could push it slightly and lengthen through and feel the stretch more. Breathe. You could have your hands maybe on your ankle. That's another option. On your shin bone. You also need to balance here. So the right foot in line with my right hip bone, and the left heel is in line with my left heel, sitting bone, sorry. So let's come up. It's probably you had enough of that, and just turn all the way towards the other side. So look at your back foot. If it is in line with the front, then your balance is going to be really tricky. So you need to step out slightly. So let's turn for pyramid pose. Send the hips back. You're on your 90-degree angle. So you literally try to create this flat back. You can stay here. You need to really root down to balance. In, out. Place your hands where it's comfortable. In, out. Very good. Okay, so inhale, come up, face towards me. So your hands on your hips, your toes facing forward or slightly out. Send the hips back. Okay, your fingertips on the ground. If your knees are bending, please bend them and don't force them. So I send my hips back, hands forward. So I'm bending in my legs also so that you see whether they are bent or not. you'll feel the extension on your spine. All that stretch, you probably feel it already. Let your head drop, relax, let the gravity do all that for you. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Bring your hands down. So I want you to go to a downward facing dog. So make it really slow. So you turn to the side, send the front foot back, downward facing dog. Bring the knees to the ground. We'll go into Cobra. Come on your belly. So what I do is I push the ground with my front of my feet. Lift the kneecaps. My hands, as you see, is near my chest. Okay, so I spread my fingers. Your shoulders down, your scapula down. You try to lift up, suck the belly in, look forward. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let the head drop. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Okay, we'll walk forward. So slowly make it, very slow. Come into a really nice chair. So your comfortable chair. Hands on in front of your heart. Inhale and exhale, lift up. Okay, so we'll open our hips, and it's like a little balancing pose as well. So we'll come onto the chair, your comfortable chair. We'll lift one foot. You can stay here. If you can make it, place it on your left leg. On my right foot, it's on dorsiflexion, all the toes towards your kneecap. You're on your chair. The chair is comfortable. It could be high, it could be low. You can sink your hips a little bit more. Please try. If your balance is a little wobbly, use a wall. Okay, so I'm using a wall because the idea is to open that hip slightly, and the joints, the ankle, the knee, the hips, they do have a good stretch. That's the main thing. But move away the wall if you think your balance is okay. So lift up. So we change. Shake. You can shake the legs. Inhale, exhale. Don't rush. Lift the left foot. So don't lift it. If you are intermediate, you go in the pose straight away. But when we beginners, we have to have a foundation. So your Utkatasana is the best bet. So your legs are on fire, your core is active. You lift left foot, place it on the right leg. Stay.
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, these things happen. She thought that I'm speaking to her. So sink your hips down a little bit more if you can. Please have your wall as a support if you need to, or chair or anything that you can, have your fingertips on. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Amazing. So come forward, exhale halfway, and fold onto your legs. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Amazing. Plant your hands. Send the right foot back and the right knee on the ground. So it's one of these poses, again, Crescent Moon. Anjaneyasana is done so many times. The knee, where should be the knee at the back be placed? honestly could be placed right under your hip. That's more comfortable. So let's lift up. Okay, so I don't want you to sink your hips all the way down. We should slightly lift it and send the right hip bone towards the right. So you send everything, all these muscles around your core. Extend your spine out of your pelvis. Inhale, exhale, maybe if you have room, send the hips slightly, not so much. So some of you might be really flexible. So then what we do, we lift the back knee off the ground and send the foot a little bit more and send it down. So, you know, and you have that, all that stretch in front of your leg, your groin, and maybe slightly your front body. So instead of bringing the sternum forward, you send it back and lengthen through, lift up. Let's change legs, okay? So I think, yeah. So left the knee, so we send it forward instead of sending the front foot back. So this is what we would normally do, wouldn't we? So send the left foot, we change legs all the way, crescent moon, the knee relaxes and lift up. So you'll probably see some teachers teaching this pose, toes tucked under, which is okay. It'll give you more balance. But I quite like it relaxed so that you play with your balance a little bit more. You have to focus on your balance. So let's send this left hip slightly forward, lift the hip, find your balance. The right knee is in line in front of your toes and lean back, all the way back. Inhale and exhale. Very good. So plant your hands. This time we'll go to downward facing dog. So make it slow. You could actually send the back front foot onto tabletop. So whichever way you make it up to downward facing dog. You could do the moonwalk. So that's one heel up, one heel down. So a few times you could do that. You're probably feeling that you're opening the back legs and your hips are a little more relaxed and open. Your shoulders are the same. In and out. Good. So we're now going to child. We haven't done this before, so the child is where you're really comfortable and home. Sometimes your hips can't reach the heels. That's absolutely normal. So some of you not be able to make it to the ground with the head. That's okay too. So I'm going to demonstrate something that you could do. I'm on my elbows, my head is relaxed, my hips try to go back, but they are, you know, not touching my heels and they are slightly up. It's okay. You could ideally put some, like a cushion underneath your hips. That will make you a little bit more comfortable, or a block underneath your head. Inhale and exhale. Very good. And lift up, come back. So sit comfortably. So what we'll do is feel our side body slightly coming to sitting postures. The first one we'll do is we open, so I'm cross-legged, right? And then I send the right leg slightly out. You can put a cushion underneath if you find yourself slightly coming like forward. Lengthen through, feel the sitting bones, have your fingertips on the ground. Inhale and exhale. So turn towards the right leg, so slightly out, and try to come further closer to that leg. I'm on my fingertips. I don't try to really come closer to the kneecap, not really. I try to lengthen lengthen and have more space around my chest, more space, and I look forward. So you probably feel the back of the leg, maybe slightly lower your lower back. So breathe into it. Very good, and come back. So the right foot comes back onto cross-legged, fingertips down, and we go towards the left to feel the side body. So reach all the way, all the way. So with your hand on the ground or fingertips, push the ground. So you have a little bit more stretching on the right side. And come back. So we change legs, right in, left out. Feel the sitting bones. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to turn towards that left leg and stay. In. When you exhale, try to come closer a little bit more. Don't lift the hips. Sometimes I see people trying to come closer to that leg and lifting the right hip, which is not good. Both hips needs to be down, so you're feeling that good stretch on the QL muscle also. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so slowly come back. We'll feel the side body, so come back, sit comfortably, lift the left arm and reach. And again, where we look at, I could look down. I actually like this one because it gives a little rotation to my neck and really stretches it. So the right shoulder and the chin is kind of closer. Try it looking all the way up. So where do you feel the most, and stay there. Wherever you feel the most, you probably need it the most. Inhale, come up and relax. Hold on to your kneecaps, come forward slightly and back. 2 and back. Last one and back. Amazing. So we're gonna lie down, thread the needle. So again, the pose that we did standing up is exactly the same. The only difference is our back is on the ground. So place your feet down, so your shoulders away from your ears. On the pose, I want the shoulders, the head, and the tailbone down, okay? So this is the foundation. So let's have our palms facing down, your head down, 2 ends of the spine down. So you should have a slight gap on your lower back. If you are pushing it, so if you onto your posterior chain, there is no gap. But I want loads of gap from there. Create that gap, lift the right foot and place it on the left leg. Okay, so we've done that standing up, if you remember. So you probably feel that right stretch already. You can stay here or lift the left foot and stay there. So that's the second option. Try to send the right knee away from yourself so that you feel the stretch even more. You can stay here. So if you see, you can hold on to your leg, left leg. But if you try that and your hip comes out of the ground, then you don't do that. So we stay. We have 3 options. First option, I demonstrate again, foot on the ground. Okay. Second option, foot off the ground. And the third option, to hold on to your leg. Whichever you pick, you will feel that opening. So make sure your shoulders are down, tailbone towards the ground, and your head also pushes, to the ground. So inhale and exhale. So let the hands free wherever you are. You place that left foot down and send the legs right to left. That's a really nice one. So I like this one. So if it's making you feel, oh yes, you could put the right foot down and back, right knee back down. So you come closer. Oh yes, very nice. So let's do the other side. Come back to the foundation. So your palms facing down. So you could slightly touch the heels, slightly, but that you don't have to. So maybe it's not evadable today. So lift the left foot, place it on the right. Your toes on the left foot towards the knee. Yes, flexion again. Stay here. So if you support the knee, it's like push and little guidance, you feel the opening. As you see on the screen, I'm pushing with my arm, that knee away from myself. So you could try. Our second option was to lift the right foot. So you could do that. Or the third option, to hold on to our leg. This time the right leg. It's a beautiful stretch. So we are here. So is your tailbone? Where's your tailbone? Do you have a little gap on the lower back? Sometimes some people can't do that. That's okay. I'm just telling you to keep your hips down, so you don't lift your hips. Push your shoulders down, so that gives you length on your neck. And breathe. Very good. So free your hands. Place the right foot down and send the hips right and left. So you could have the hands like away from the hips, because if you are flexible, you'll probably put your left foot down and then the left knee down. So you send it all the way down. That's really nice. Okay, so hug your legs, lift your head. So that will give you a little bit more massage on your back. So we've done for today. Yeah, I'll definitely do another absolute beginners class again. Okay. So relax your head and place your feet down. So our final pose will be Shavasana. So this is done to really feel the circulation, the space that you've created, and also the feeling that you've actually going through right now. It's an observation. So extend your legs. So it should be completely relaxed. Palms facing up. Let the head drop. Just do nothing. This means this Shavasana translates as to corpse pose. It's like you're dead, literally, not moving. Breathe in, that's all. So breathe deeply and fill the lungs. Exhale out. And just stay there for a moment. Feel the legs, the feet, the hands, arms, all relax. Feel total support of the ground. I call that sometimes earth. The earth is holding you, really supporting you. Even the thinking about that makes us really good. So breathing should slow down, right down. You don't know how it reaches the lungs anymore. So inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale out. Very good. So hug the legs again. pull the legs towards you.